Intelligence is defined as the capacity to understand the world, think with rationality, and use resources effectively when faced with challenges. There are 8 different aspects of intelligences: verbal, logical, mathematical, spatial, musical, linguistic, interpersonal, intrapersonal, naturalist, or kinesthetic. Today, we will only be discussing 3 of the 8. I will discuss verbal, logical, mathematical, and musical. I will also talk about how proficient my Pearson virtual child Laura is in each of these 3 categories of intelligences. Musical intelligence is how skillful an individual is in performing, composing, and appreciating music and musical patterns. People with musical intelligence think in patterns. They tend to look for new patterns, information to increase learning. They also look for patterns in speech and language. People who have a high musical intelligence remember things by turning them into lyrics or rhymes. On Laura's 5th grade report card, it said that she demonstrates strength in the area of music. Laura was in 7th grade chorus and in the band, and got an A and a note of appreciation for her fine efforts in both the chorus teacher and from the band teacher. She received an A in her chorus class and a commendation from her band director for her participation in the school orchestra. She got A's in both orchestra and vocal music classes and a leadership award for her musical performance. Verbal intelligence is the ability to analyze information and solve problems using language-based reasoning. Language-based reasoning may involve reading or listening to words, conversing, writing, or even thinking. To put it simply, verbal intelligence comprehends words and uses those words to express one's thoughts to others. Laura's 1st grade report card said that she was developmentally appropriate in the areas of speaking and listening. Her psychologist report at age 8 showed that some of Laura's scores on the verbal portion of the intelligence scale for children. She scored a 9 in information, a 10 in vocabulary. Similarity, she scored a 10, and comprehension, she scored an 11. Her 5th grade report card claimed that she consistently works cooperatively in groups, consistently respects rights and property of others, and consistently demonstrates appropriate peer social interaction. Her 7th grade report card referred to her as a peer leader, and the 11th grade report said Laura received good marks for citizenship and from several teachers, indicating that Laura contributed often to class. Laura excelled socially but required special education services when it came to reading and writing. Logical mathematical are the skills in problem solving and scientific reasoning. People with the logical mathematical intelligence are good at scientific investigations and identifying relationships between different things. They are also good at understanding multifactored and non-concrete ideas. Laura was developmentally appropriate in the areas of mathematical problem solving, of data and number concepts, according to her 1st grade report. Laura's scores on math concepts, math application problems, and math computation tests were in the average range. In 5th grade, she was appropriate for grade level in the areas of mathematical problem solving, understanding of data, number concepts, graphical applications, and arithmetic computation. In high school, Laura was a B average student in her math classes. Laura was above average in music intelligence, average in math, above average in her social skills, but required special education services in reading. These results were more than likely a product of parenting. I loved band in high school and am very passionate about music, so there was always music playing in our home. I highly encouraged her musical involvement. I'm not 100% sure on how Laura got to be average in math because her mother is horrible at it, which is why I stressed working on her math skills so heavily. I didn't want her to struggle like I did. Laura is a social butterfly because I felt social skills were highly important to succeed in society, so we really stressed them. If I could go back and re-raise Laura, I would stress more on her reading skills. We should have spent more time reading with her as a child. In my defense, it was my first child, though, so we'll try better with the second.